No, I don't need anything that fancy.
No. They are nice. But...
I'm not completely in it to win it with that stuff.
No. Nope, absolutely not.
So what are we doing here?
So, I mean, I guess we can, like, we've been talking and we haven't said anything other than, like, stuff.
Yeah.
Words from mouth and good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I guess we can kind of say that this is as an experiment in life, and a new podcast, which we're going to call "How's the Water," and that all derives from a very famous commencement speech from somebody that I love, David Foster Wallace. Mm-hmm. My name is John, and I'm here with Brad and Sarah. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
And
I'm Sarah.
Oh, I was going to say I was.
Oh, shit.
Well,
fucked it up.
No, fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey.
Nailed it. First podcast. Win.
Beautiful thing about it is that you can be anything you want to be in this world.
True story.
And how.
And how. So I guess the whole idea behind the podcast is going to be a kind of coming of age, comedic take on life and lifestyle and the world around us and what the fuck is going on in the world around us, basically.
Yep.
Is what it comes down to. So I'm going to start this off and then we can kind of just go from there and we'll just wing it, I guess. And I'm going to start off with
live life.
Right, exactly. I'm going to start off with the story that kind of encouraged me and inspired me. And again, it's from a commencement speech by David Foster Wallace. And the speech is called "This is Water." The story goes, there are two young fish swimming along who happen to meet an older fish. The older fish nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How is the water?" Two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and asks, "What the hell is water?" And I always found that very interesting because you don't know water until you've left the fishbowl, so to speak. Right. And to me, that has a very metaphorical meaning to it where you live in your parents' home, you grow up in your parents' home, and then when you finally leave home, smack in the face, here's real life.
Right.
And none of us are prepared for it.
No.
So...
I 100% agree. I mean, at this point in life, I don't think I'm still fully prepared for anything.
I didn't know I was supposed to be. I don't even know where that came from.
You leave your parents' house and there's no playbook. There's no like, hey, here's an instruction manual. Right? All you get when you're in your parents' house is what they've learned, little tidbits of wisdom that they say, here's some wisdom for you, and you as a kid say, in one ear, out the other, I don't care because I know everything. And then you go out in the real world and you go, God damn it, my parents were right. Right? You get to a certain point in life and you're like, God damn it, my parents were right about certain things, not everything.
With me, I was left to my own devices pretty much from when I was little. So.
That's true. He was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I had a mostly strict upbringing, I guess, if you want to call it that. I didn't feel like I had any kind of sufficient life experience, and my biggest goal was to get the hell out.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to experience life. I wanted to, get the street smarts, as everybody called it. I wanted to be able to fully function on my own without failing. But without failure, where are you? Nowhere. You have to fail to succeed.
And how?
That literally is the smartest thing I've ever said. Gosh, I'm so good at this.
Oh,
no,
I mean, I and not to quote, a line from Star Wars, but failure is our greatest teacher. So
it is. That's the thing. If you're afraid to fail, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to succeed at anything or get better. Yep. You'll never evolve as a human being and a fully functional one at that.
You guys are getting too deep with all this.
We are really getting deep.
That's getting super deep. Ooh, that is what she said.
That is what she said.
Yeah, I mean, I came from a strict background too, like growing up in an Italian American family, and my house, my rules. You respect me because I'm your elder, and I came from all of that. And then my father passed away when I was very young. I was 21 years old, and here I am, this angry 20-year-old man, and I thought I knew it all, and now I'm in my 40s, and every day goes by, I realize I know less and less about the world.
It's true.
And I'm just like, whatever. At this point, it's like I'm winging life. So, like we're going to wing the podcast. We're going to wing life.
Yeah, we're going to wing it all.
Yeah, we're completely winging this.
No, we are winging it. This is not. this is not professional, guys.
No.
We don't have scripts in front of us
I don't
saying
complain.
blah blah blah.
I'm not saying we are professional whatsoever either. Never said it was. So
no.
Oh no, definitely not.
No.
My sister has a lovely saying that we've all heard before, and is fake it till you make it. So
yeah,
right.
And I love when she says that, because every time she gets a promotion at her job, she goes, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna fake it until I make it. And she keeps getting promoted, so she must be doing something right, right?
She's faking it very well.
Yeah, that works.
Kudos to her. Yeah.
I am like, that's one hell of an acting job for the last 15 years at your company.
Yeah. But I mean, really, it does come down to the way you're raised, right? We're in our late 30s, almost 40s.
We are, yeah.
Almost. And like real close, actually. But when you look at kids today and you look at all the generations and you say, there's some big disconnect that has happened. I mean, I can see it in my own children, and I try, right? We try to instill the same values that we had instilled upon us into our own kids, but then they go out in the real world and it's like they're taken over by some kind of like stupid bomb.
Stupid bomb.
As I like to call it. It's a stupid bomb. Because
incoming stupid bomb.
Honestly, the way we were raised is so completely different. I had 2 jobs when I was in high school. And the reason I had 2 jobs was because I had a goal of buying my first car.
Yeah.
Buying my only car, because my parents were not the parents that were like, oh, here's a brand new fucking BMW on your 16th birthday. Like, that didn't happen. It didn't happen. I had 7 brothers. There was no money for any of that.
Yeah.
And if you wanted something, you worked for it. Like, we were brought up with a work ethic. Is essentially what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And it seems like the youth of today has 0 of that. And it's not even just the youth. I feel like there's a lot of people our age that are in the same mindset. Hey, why don't you just hand everything to me? Well, why don't you just give me stuff? Well, where the fuck are you coming up with that? Like, at what point in your life did your brain suddenly switch into this, like, give me mode? I don't get it. I don't know what happened. There was like some kind of rift in time that has caused this, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I saw
because
that
we're not that
happening
old, but
years ago.
it just seems like something has shifted in a horrible way.
Right.
And I'm honest, I'm concerned about the future. 100% concerned. I don't even know if my own kids will make it as functioning adults.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
I hope so. I hope that I live long enough to make sure that they do, and that I can smack them around if they don't. You know what I mean? Like, give them the good old smackdown like my parents would have and did give me,
Well, if
to make sure that I wasn't going to go down this like silly path of expecting things to just happen for me because I showed up or I did one thing and why am I not like this big awesome person now? That's how I see it.
If I can function as a somewhat man-child, then our kids will be fine.
That's true. He does function as a man-child. So.
Exactly. Same here. I mean, I'm a complete goofball, and my wife sometimes looks at me like I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, you thought it, and you did it, so it's too late now.
Can't
take it back.
It's true. We're on the same page. I do that continually.
Yeah.
On a daily basis.
I was like, we made a deal. I was like, we're only getting married once, and I am only getting married once, so... But it's the truth too. Like, it's just the same thing where my father would always be like, this is the way it has to be and everything else. And it has to do with values, right? I realized somewhere along the way that my parents had no idea what they were doing as well, regardless of what the lessons that they were teaching me. And they were just doing it based upon what they were faced with in the moment. My father had a great saying too, where it's like, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And I love that saying because it's, I'm not going to worry about that until I get there. There's no reason. I got to worry about the road right in front of me right now. I'm not worried about that bridge until I get to that bridge.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the way I do it too. And the one most important thing that I realized for me, and this is not for everybody, the thing that I realized for me was that both of my parents loved me, whether they told me they did or they didn't. I don't think I once heard my father utter the words that I love you to me. I can't ever remember it in my life, but I know that he did. And I know that everything he did for me was because he loved me. My mother was a different story. She may have told me she loved me, but she also pulled the hair out of my head at times as well.
Yeah.
And beat me with a wooden spoon, right? Now, am I bitter and sore about that? No. In today's world, that would never fly. You'd be behind bars.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different world.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
And it made you a better person, I'm sure.
But it
hey,
did. But, I don't raise my kids that way either. Like, I'm not going to hit my child with a wooden spoon, and I resent
different times.
Even the idea of it.
Different times,
yeah.
But the thing is that I love my children, and I make sure that I give them the proper love, and I'm hoping that'll be enough for them to succeed in the world. So
Right.
Good deal.
I agree. You know how many times I was hit in the face with a wet dish rag
Oh.
by my mother? And that was just me making a face. All I did was make a face.
Don't make a face.
I didn't, okay, I was a good kid.
Oh, here we fucking go.
I know, everybody always laughs at me when I say this. No, I really was a good kid.
I'm a good kid.
Hey, I went to Catholic school. I went to church up until high school. You know what I mean? I was a good kid. I behaved myself in school. I did my schoolwork. I had good grades. I didn't get into trouble. One time I got into trouble. That's another story for another day. But I'm telling you what, you made a face at my mother or rolled your eyes. Oh yeah. You were getting fucking clocked.
I've made a face
with a wet dish rag. You know how bad that hurts?
Yeah.
You know how bad that hurts? And then my father was not an angry person. Like by any means. So if he got mad, you knew it was like you did something. And your ass was grass. Because it never happened to me, but it was always my younger brothers. Right? And so if my father said, I'm going to get my belt, like you ran for the hills. You 100% ran for the fucking hills because then you knew you were in trouble. You know what I mean? My mother had no trouble like fucking whacking you whenever the mood struck. You know what I mean? Just because you made a face or you mumbled under your breath or whatever. But when my father got mad and was like in discipline mode and got the belt, all hell broke loose. Like that was it.
And that's the way it was back then.
That is the way it was back then. But let me...
It's not like 100 years ago.
Let me tell you. No, it wasn't 100 years ago. But
that's the way it was.
That's the thing, though. We grew up, not so much my younger brothers, but I grew up with a sense that, hey, these are my elders. These are people that I give respect to because that's how it is.
Yeah.
It seems like that has left the building.
A lot of it has, I'd say.
I'm telling you right now, I mean, I've seen it out in public where there are these kids that, 15, 16 years old. I would never have gone up to an older person in public and told them to fuck off. Not ever.
Oh, no way.
Oh my God. If I had, it would have gotten back to my parents and I would have been executed out in the backyard.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even joking.
You guys in your harsh upbringing.
But that's the thing, too. My parents, like, I don't know if this is a true thing. I'm not really sure, but my mother always said, like, don't lie to us or, try to sneak around because we will know. And I'm telling you what, I tried twice. Like, nothing major, but they fucking knew.
Yeah.
And it's like, how did my parents
Word
know?
of mouth. They had spies.
They had spies everywhere, guys.
Spies.
See, that's the problem. We don't have spies anymore.
No.
Parents they're not spies. They're like, oh, I love my kids. I want to be your friend. No.
Nope.
No. You got to be a spy.
Well, no, what you needed was two hippie parents like I had.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he had, okay. Yeah, you hear about his childhood and it's like, well, I'm surprised that he's still alive, number one.
Well, not due to my parents, but yeah.
No, that was due to meeting this lady. Me.
Yeah.
Right here.
Alive a little longer than that.
It's true.
Well, my wife isn't here with us, but I always say that she saved my life. And so does my grandmother. My grandmother, before she passed, would say the same thing. Like,
yeah.
This is a woman who knows how to make a man.
Yeah.
And
hey, his sister tells me.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
I saved him.
Yeah, most likely. I was.
He never fully admits it. He just says most likely.
No, most likely. Hey, I was a troublemaker somewhat.
You were.
Oh, I was too. I was definitely a troublemaker.
My parents were awesome, but I didn't have they didn't I don't know. They weren't strict. Like, I was allowed to draw my walls. I was allowed to freaking
hey,
go out until midnight. I
let our oldest do that. Her bedroom is literally like an art studio.
Oh yeah.
And it's been that way because I said, hey, as long as you keep it contained to your room, go ahead. Yep. I'm not going to stifle your creativity because honestly, I had a decent upbringing. I'm glad that my parents were mostly strict because then I feel like I don't know. I feel like I would have floundered more.
Yeah.
But I also feel like my creativity was stifled at times because of it.
Right.
And I didn't want to do that to my kids.
Nope.
Because our oldest is like, she's an artist.
Oh yeah, she's good.
She's very good.
She good.
She good. You good at what you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She is good. I can speak to that.
It's true. You can.
Yep.
But I don't know.
The only thing I didn't like about my parents is my mom would always sell all my video games. And I hated that.
She would sell your video games?
She'd be like, okay, I started off with an Atari. Okay, Atari's 2600. And then the 5200 came out. I didn't care about that. The 7800 came out. And I wanted that. Well, I got that, but then she went and sold my original one. And then the Nintendo, I wanted that. I got that. Then my Atari went out the door. It's like, stop selling my shit here, lady.
Well,
that was my only complaint.
But see, that's the thing, though. If you think about it, we do that with our own kids now. Yeah. It's like when they want a new video game console.
Yeah.
We say, okay, well, what are you willing to sell to put towards that?
True.
You know what I mean? True. Because number one, you don't play this anymore.
Yeah.
Number two,
I get it.
It's
now.
just sitting around collecting dust.
At the time, I hated it.
I know.
Still do.
Well,
I kind of do because I want all that stuff still.
I know you want all the stuff now. Yeah. But I get where your mother is coming from because it's like, okay, instead of having a room full of stuff that isn't being used, we'll just get rid of it. Hey, I'm all about saving a buck too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Plain and simple. Yeah. And if stuff is just sitting around not doing anything, I'm getting rid of it.
I wish it was like that in this house. Sometimes I wonder. I think we're turning into hoarders. And we just throw it away.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's another thing I wish I had. A dumpster.
Oh,
all the time.
Yeah.
Man,
nice.
You would see me hanging out windows. I'd be hanging out windows just pitching shit.
Yeah. That would be
throwing
nice.
it.
Well, see, that going back to my mom. She freaking now she brings
everything.
Now she gives me everything that I don't want.
Stuff
so you take the shit away from me that I wanted when I was a kid, and now you're giving me tons of shit I don't want. I have a room. We have a room dedicated to the shit that she's brought us.
That she brings down, and then once I get a dumpster, that room gets emptied out.
We just throw it out.
I'm like, you know what? I keep telling her, I'm like, next time you come down here, bring money for a dumpster.
Yep. Please do.
So bring all your shit, but also bring me money for a dumpster so that I can throw it all out.
Yep.
Thanks, bye. I tell her that straight up, and she still brings stuff.
Yep.
We did that about 3 years ago. We went and got a dumpster and just loaded it up with stuff.
Oh, it's so nice to purge.
Oh my God, I love it.
It's getting to the time where we need another one. We've been talking about it lately. It's time for another dumpster.
Yeah, I say every couple of years.
I've needed one for a long time now. Long time.
Then we're overdue.
I sit here and I look around the house and I'm like, oh man, I need a dumpster.
The last one we got for free.
Yeah.
So
I know. I don't know how that happened. It was weird.
It was weird.
They
came, brought it, and we used it, and then they never charged us. I was like, oh, thanks.
And they left it here for like a ridiculous amount of time. I even called them 3 times. I'm like, I'm done with the dumpster. You can come take it. Nope.
And then one day it was gone, and we never got charged.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
And it's our garbage company that we use for the dumpster, so they know us, and they know our account, obviously, and everything, and nothing.
I don't get it.
Okay.
I was like, hey, high five myself.
Thank you, bye.
I wish.
Thank you. Yeah.
I wish. I feel like they charge me every time I call them to ask them a question about throwing something away.
Right? Oh, that'll be $10.50.
We're gonna have to charge you $2 to ask us a question. I'm surprised that more.
How many questions do you have, sir?
It'll be $2.50 a question.
And you'll see a fuel surcharge on there as well.
But we thought about it. Yeah. We thought about driving there. Therefore, you owe us $2.50.
Well, when you do have us come out there and we do drive there, we're going to just charge you up front for that, and then on the way back too.
Yep. That'll be 23 cents a mile.
No, that'll happen someday, I'm sure.
Oh my god, how about it? Like, I feel like I'm always nickeled and dimed to death.
Yeah.
Just like pretty much everything.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Oh, without a doubt. There's fees for everything, fees behind everything. And
that's ridiculous.
That's a whole
we need to charge you $1 convenience fee. What do you mean $1 convenience fee? Like, is this really an inconvenience for you? Because that should be what
you're charging it, not
is that your inconvenience, therefore you need to charge me for it.
This is convenient for you, so you owe us $1.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Right. Like, and the restocking fee. Restocking fee, really, when the shit hasn't even left your store?
Yeah. It hasn't even left yet. You've already done the refund, and they're like, there's your restocking fee. So really, is the person that's picking up that item and taking it back to the shelf, which is probably 50 feet away, are they receiving that money?
Yeah, no.
Nope. I feel like they should receive that money.
Well, it's inconvenient for them. Well, then give him the money.
Yeah, give him the money. You know, if you're going to charge me a $20 restock fee, give him that $20, or let me know who it is, and I'll send it directly.
Oh God, don't do that.
I mean, could you imagine that conversation?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
We've ran into it personally.
Yeah, it'd be like, I'd be in like a phone war for like half the day for these people. And they would be like, well, I don't understand, ma'am. I don't know why you're being difficult. I'm not being difficult. I'm being logical. I don't know why you're not being that way.
Yep.
You're the one running a fucking business here.
Well, we went
exactly.
We went and got stuff for a fence from a big box store, and they were going to deliver it, and then township told us we can't have a fence. Not a 6-foot fence, at least, because it's our front yard, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's really not. If you saw the other house, it's not. But anyway, so that day they were going to deliver the stuff. We had to call them and cancel it. And then, so when we called and canceled, they're like, oh, we need a restocking fee. Like, what? You'll get a refund minus restocking fee.
Yeah.
What the? You didn't even leave.
Yeah, you didn't even have it loaded to come here.
No, it was hours before, so I highly doubt they had it loaded yet.
No.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm telling you. Like, it just comes down to like the injustices in the world.
Right.
There's too many.
I mean, you're in business already. You're already getting paid for the services that you're providing. Why does there need to be all that extra junk to go with it?
Right.
You know?
I mean, really, you're already overcharging me for stuff.
What kind of customer service are you providing, or are you even providing customer service? Yeah. You're not.
No, and that's another kicker. Like, I love these places. You know, oh, your call is so important to us. 3 hours later, after I've sat on hold for 3 hours and listened to your horrible fucking music, like, can't you just pick something better?
Yeah, right.
Or just don't have anything. I don't need music. That's fine, because guess what? I'm not sitting there with the phone to my ear anyway. It's just literally in my pocket, loud enough for me to know when someone says, hello? Or you're sitting on hold for 3 hours and then they hang up on you immediately.
I was going to say also, it's certainly better than being on hold for 3 hours and them constantly going, your call's important to us. You'll be answered, then received it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they say, do you want to call back?
Yeah.
We'll hold your place in line. Bullshit.
Bullshit, you will. I don't believe that.
Yeah, how much do I believe that? None. At all.
Forget about the callback. You'll never get that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was important yesterday.
You got to make it so you can pick your own music you want to listen to, at least.
How about it? Like, give me an option.
Yeah.
You know?
Some do that. Some have them, like, you know, I forget who it was I called, but they had an option where it's like, what kind of music do you want to listen to while you're on hold?
Oh,
so press this for this and press this for that. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting.
Hey, that is interesting.
That's innovative.
That is innovative.
Love it.
Kudos to that company.
I wonder what guy came up with that.
I know.
Like, who invented, we should just let them pick their music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder who came up with that.
I don't know.
$1 million idea. You have to start the company that actually provides that service to the company to do that.
Yeah, right.
How about it?
For their customer service line. So my company provides music, and we'll give your callers the choice.
Yeah.
Just run it through our database.
I want to start a company that comes up with ideas for other companies based on bad ideas that I've encountered from companies.
There you go. Based upon it's called a consultant.
Yes, I want to be a consultant.
Yep.
Hey, guess what, Company X? You're all fired. I'm a consultant.
Jeez. Listen, some of the jobs.
And my consultant brain has determined that you suck at what you do.
What it all comes down to is you just need to be a good salesman, because I've literally heard the title for somebody's job as matchmaking connoisseur.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the hell that means, but
that's true.
Yeah. They're making money at it, and they're buying a very nice home on that job as well.
Hey, you know
just
what?
A really good salesperson.
I can throw two horny people together too. Does that make me a matchmaking connoisseur?
Yes, it probably does.
Well, fuck it. I got a new job, y'all. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Wow, I don't know when you had the time to do any of this, but okay.
What? What, matching up horny people?
Yeah.
Fuck. I can do that in my sleep, y'all. Okay. Oh, dating sites. You know what? See? Isn't it good that we're married?
I suppose so.
We don't have to deal with all this, like, dating site business. You know, like...
I wouldn't.
Like, you have to look at somebody's face and then quick, like, swipe left or swipe right to determine if you want to even, like, continue looking into this person. It's like, really? Like, way to go off the whole, like, ass-backward thought of, like, oh, everybody just looks at your physical attractiveness.
Yeah. If I was... I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, really, I was attracted to you when I didn't even see you and you told me to move my fucking car.
Well, there you go.
First time we met. Nailed it.
If I was in the single pool these days, I would just do the old-fashioned thing and go to a bar.
You just go to a bar?
Yeah. Find somebody to hang out with.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's my dating app.
That's your dating app? Is a bar?
Mean, that was
good old-fashioned bar?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but...
What?
You can't go to a bar now.
Well,
in our current climate,
they're
you
open,
cannot. I mean, they are open.
I wouldn't go.
No. So
the COVID. Oh, can we say that word? Oh, no.
Yeah, are we allowed to say that word?
Oh, absolutely, you can.
We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, it's a fucking podcast. I'll say what I want.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the whole. I don't like the whole bar scene. I'm over it.
Oh, me too.
I'm definitely over it, but
I look at
spent
it
a lot of
way.
time in them.
Oh, we have as well.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Well, when we first got together, my God, it was like we were shutting bars down left and right.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It was like party like it's 1999 or
Mm-hmm.
1920, because technically that would be awesome. I'd love to be a flapper. Fucking A right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John, would you like to be a flapper?
The Roaring 20s? Why not?
Yeah, Roaring 20s.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really.
Well, I've always
minus the end of the 20s, it was a pretty good decade.
I've always said all the decades are pretty good except for the 70s.
Oh my God, the 70s
for some reason
shit.
I don't like the 70s. I don't like.
There was nothing good in the 70s.
Star Wars, but
okay. And
the end of the 70s though.
Yeah, true. That was the end of the 70s.
The beginning of the 70s, it's like what in the fuck happened? Because you had the 50s and 60s, which honestly,
great. I love that time frame.
I like watching that time frame.
Yeah.
When I really think about it and I really pay attention and observe that time frame, I mean, I guess if I was alive back then, I would have had a different mindset. But watching it now, I'm like, oh, hell no. If you think I'm getting up 2 hours before everybody else and making you your own breakfast, you got another thing coming.
What? That's why I like that time frame.
Uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? Like, what in the hell?
Yeah, some of that stuff's goofy, but also it might be a little.
But like I said, if I was alive during that time frame and was of that particular age, right? That was instilled in these people. That's how they were raised.
A lot of times,
females were mostly raised to find a husband, have a family, and stay at home and rear the children. You were a homemaker. Some women went out in the workforce. That's great. But the majority, that was their goal, was to have a family and be a mother and a homemaker.
Yeah.
Right. But like I grew up in the 70s, you know, I was born in the early 70s, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we're sorry for your loss of coolness.
The 70s were not very cool, you know. And being that I come from New York, you know, even the Yankees weren't winning in the 70s, so it definitely sucked.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, there you go.
Yep. God.
Nailed it.
Yeah, like the late 70s were like was where it really was at. Like early 70s was all after the Vietnam War and everything else. So it's just like there was just definitely this pivotal shift in society for sure.
Oh yeah.
That just there was like really no great music and there was no great anything. There's no great movies until much later in the 70s. You had The Godfather and Star Wars and
definitely
you know, like
stuff.
All later on in the 70s.
Yeah,
you know.
It was almost like the beginning of the 70s.
was garbage.
Was garbage juice, right? And then the middle part is when people started to like get their brains started coming back.
Yeah.
And then they were able to create
and then the late
a little something.
Then the late 70s was just preparing for the 80s, which was a great decade.
Yeah, the 80s and the 90s. The 80s and the 90s.
I think those are my two favorite decades. I grew up in those decades.
Yeah, that's when we grew up.
Yeah.
We were early. You're welcome. Nah, you did not. The 70s did not pay.
It definitely didn't pave the way.
No, it didn't pave the way.
Not in my eyes.
Basically, what happened was everyone looked at the 70s and said, we can't have this happen again. So we have to up our game.
And by this,
and then the 80s
disco.
came, we were born, and the end. That's all you needed.
Disco has to be one of the absolute worst ideas.
Oh, boy.
Like mankind has ever come up with.
But think about the drugs. The drug use. That's where disco came from.
Is all the drug use. That's where it all stemmed from, because it was
a big hallucination
at that point, right?
That's all it was.
Maybe, I don't know.
LSD and acid and cocaine was all.
They did all these drugs, and they were like, "This is really groovy music," because they're drugged. They didn't know any better.
I didn't like it. I don't like it.
There was one thing in the 60s when people were getting stoned. It was a completely different thing in the 70s when all these exotic drugs started coming out.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, in the 60s, you also had Quaaludes. That's how females managed to clean their house every day. Like their entire house every day.
It's the only way they could cope with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how?
Drugs. Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah, don't do drugs.
Okay.
Drugs.
They're bad.
Let's see how many times we can say the word drugs.
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 How many different ways we can say drugs? Hey, listen, before we hit the record button, we were talking about just laughing for the entire.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we were just going to laugh the entire time. We thought maybe that would
say a word.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, hey. I was also talking about, breaking down in my car and having a bottle of like Captain Morgan in my hand so that maybe I would get like a lifetime supply.
Did we already start the recording by then?
I think we already started by then.
So that's the beginning of the
No, I don't think it was the beginning. No. I don't think I mentioned it yet.
Maybe not.
I mean, hey, kudos to the guy on his skateboard drinking ocean spray cranberry juice on his way to work.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Holy shit.
Really? You get a truck? And then Fleetwood Mac is like, you the bomb, yo!
Yeah, your truck breaks down, so you do that whole thing, and you grab your drink and your skateboard and go to work, and then you get a brand new truck from Ocean
you
Spray,
happen to record it, you throw it up on TikTok, and like next thing you know, you're like a fucking celebrity. You know, can I break down in my car and just have like?
Better not break down in our car. That thing's pretty new.
I know that car's cool, but you know what I mean. Like I have to go along with the story.
True.
Right? Hey, you know what else I heard about today? There are apparently 1,200 people running for president.
What?
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Really? Well, there always is. Well, you have to think. There's always like
there's
random
more than you know,
people.
But I didn't know there were like 1,200.
Yeah, apparently there's 1,200. Now, this comes from the local radio station, news, morning show or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently they got the list from the BBC, which is pretty credible because they like to look into stuff.
But they're not American.
They're not American, no.
BBC's
but
not American.
Do we really trust American news? Nah.
No, whatever. That's a whole...
Not so much.
That's a whole topic for another story.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, we don't want to...
Check that one off.
Yeah, we don't want to get into...
Okay, so according to the Federal Election Commission, I looked this up, by the way.
All right.
Man, he's fast at Googling. Damn.
As of October 12th, 2020, 1,218 candidates have filed with the FEC to run for president.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never... I always knew there was more than you... Obviously, the two main ones you hear of, but I didn't know there would be that many.
No, there's that many.
Damn.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
even
Howie
they were
Hawkins,
saying, they're like,
Joe Jorgensen.
Yeah, they're like, what do you do with this stuff? Like,
I don't know.
At what point do you stop throwing millions of dollars into campaigning when you realize, like, there's 1,200 of you? And there's two main ones that most people are focusing on.
I wonder how many don't get a vote at all.
I know.
You'd think there'd be some.
I know.
But
So, let's see. The Green Party is being led by Howie Hawkins, who I've never heard of.
No.
And
no idea.
The Libertarian Party is being led by Joe Jorgensen, who I've never heard of.
What is with these names with, like, the same letters for the first and last name?
I don't know. Alliteration? I can't stand it.
They're fake.
I can't say my poor son has alliteration in his name. He's a RR, and I'm just not thrilled with it.
Well, what are these guys? Are they like Marvel characters or something?
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Peter Parker. Joe Jorgensen. Joe Jorgensen is a female, by the way. That's a J-O, Joe.
Oh, well, pardon me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either until I clicked on the name and saw the picture.
Yeah.
And then of course Joe Biden and Donald Trump are.
Oh, they are.
Well.
I didn't know they were. They're in the running.
Oh, I didn't know they were running.
Oh, shit.
Apparently. Let's see.
Who do you vote for then? I don't know.
324 Democratic candidates, 164 Republican, 65 Libertarian, and 23 Green candidates.
Interesting.
Damn.
And then there's a whole bunch of nonpartisans and unaffiliated.
Right.
So.
Oh, but
and then there's other. Don't forget the other party.
The other category.
Mm-hmm.
The other category.
The others.
I don't know. I'm not political anymore.
Oh.
No, me neither.
Once upon a time,
about, so I don't bother.
Yeah, once upon a time, I gave up. It's too much work to try to keep up on all this bullshit.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, really, I just don't have the energy to argue.
No.
Because it just turns into a big argument with people.
Pretty much. To each their own.
But... Yeah. Do what you want. Leave me out of it.
Yep.
Thanks. Bye.
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 As a matter of fact, all the people who are running, like, I've never heard of, but there's the people who have withdrawn, like, I've heard of most of them, which is really interesting.
Interesting.
So, like, Bill de Blasio, Mike Bloomberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julian Castro, like, I've heard of, like, John Delaney.
Is Kanye West still on that list?
Oh, God.
Because,
he is not on this list.
Oh,
Maybe he's still running.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's what I meant. The running list. My apologies.
He's probably on the running list.
Yeah, he is.
Bernie Sanders withdrew. I didn't know that. We all know what happened with Kamala Harris. She's
yeah. What about Oprah Winfrey? I thought she was going to run or some shit.
Yeah.
She might still be running. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Man,
politics just bore the shit out of me.
Yeah,
God, now
boring.
Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about
let's go back to something else.
Gross.
Like video games or something.
Yeah, video games.
Well, then let's talk about how we all met then. Let's do that.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
How I Met John. It's like How I Met Your Mother, but...
Right. Have you met John?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. The first time I became aware of you guys, the Biscuits, I was actually looking to learn how to use the free prefab editor more efficiently. Like, I was dabbling in it, I was playing around with it, I was messing around, and I was looking to use it more efficiently. Uh-huh. And I came across a completely different YouTube channel at first, and while very informative, I just didn't like the individual who was doing it. Mm-hmm. Nice enough, but I think it was I guess it's his wife, and she just annoyed the crap out of me. So I stopped watching because it was like, I got to deal with her sometimes, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
His stuff was fantastic.
Yeah.
I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
I know. I don't want. We're not naming names. We're not going
because
no.
Actually, I respect both of them. And great content.
Same here. Actually, I do. I like them both. I do.
I just don't want to. They kind of turned me off in a little bit.
I could say I like one more than the other. That's
that's what it comes down to. I like one more than the other.
Yeah, pretty much.
And as I was doing a search for that stuff, I came across your guys' creation, the Eden Mall, and decided to do a series on that.
And I think that's when.
Yeah, when we commented on your video.
Yeah.
Your first video.
I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think, but I think that is like when you came on our radar.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
right.
I'm trying to think.
I'm sure you've seen some of his stuff before, but I think that was the first time that we like connected, because you had actually commented on his video and then he replied.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of YouTube people that we've watched, but it doesn't. Yeah. We haven't like connected with them, but we know that. Oh yeah, I've probably seen something you've done.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm trying.
I just don't. I don't necessarily remember, or I didn't comment on it, so we didn't start like a rapport.
I wish there was a way to figure that out. Like you could go back into like your deep history on YouTube or something.
Oh my god, be like the deep web of YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good lord,
I could probably figure it out somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
We'll talk about YouTube in another episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I think that was our initial.
I think I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there was like before that, I was watching.
It was our meet
some of
cute.
John's videos or not. It might have been. I'm not positively sure. I know that ever since then. But,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's pretty much the end of it. I think I used to do random searches, which I still do because we just released a new iteration of them all.
Yep.
But I do random searches. And
well, yeah, because we say, hey, if you do stuff on it, let us know because we love watching people go through it. But like, not everybody does that, so then we have to like do a YouTube search to see if there's like new people that have found it and are going through it and
going through it, right,
or whatever. So,
that's definitely where it kind of came across, and then I just realized, like, watching you guys one night that you had a Discord. I jumped into that, and then I think it's really the pandemic and being stuck at home that kind of really brought us together.
Oh, yeah.
Where we really started talking a lot more, and
yep, for sure.
We realized that there's a certain chemistry here, so we're kind of running with it.
Yeah,
and we enjoy each other's company, and I think we get each other. We kind of have the same mentality and the same thoughts. So
it's true.
At least that's what did it for me. So, but yeah, it was definitely like the comments on the video and stuff like that kind of got it all going.
Yeah.
And it's funny how life comes together that way.
It's like that with a few other people too.
Yeah, a few other people.
That we've met through YouTube, and it's just basically people going.
It's all due to the mall.
It is basically due to the mall. Yeah,
pretty much.
It's true.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We have an inner. I've explained it before. We have an inner circle.
Yeah, we have like an inner circle, and then we have like 5 million other circles on the outside.
There's like 4 people in that inner
on
circle.
The inner.
Not counting us. There's like 4 people.
Yep.
And that's it.
And then the rest of the rings go out and out and out.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the time you get to like the 4th ring, you can suck it.
Yeah. Once you hit that 4th ring, like
you just fucking
suck off. Go
suck an egg.
Suck an egg or suck a butt or whatever. Go suck something.
Go suck it.
Suck something, why don't you?
Yeah, we'll get into the whole deal about who we want to suck it. That's for sure. But that's another topic.
Yeah, there's a list of people that can 100% go fuck off.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's got a list like that.
Oh, everybody's got a list. Everybody.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I played a stupid game yesterday, and one of the questions was, do you think people hate you? And I was like, yeah. I know for certain that people hate me. Not everybody, I would hope, but I'm sure there are some people that hate me. And then it was like, do you hate anyone? And I was like, 100. Like, it was the fastest I've ever clicked the yes button. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there are people. And, you always hear these people, I don't like to use the hate word because it's, it's so harsh. But here's the flip side of that. Why, in God's name, do I see everybody all over social media? I fucking love you. I fucking love you.
No,
I love you. I love you. I love you more. I love this person the most. You can't fucking do that. That makes that word meaningless.
Well, yeah.
It now has zero meaning to me.
Well, you have to have the polar opposite of it to have it mean anything in the first place. So without hate, there's no love, blah, blah, blah.
Well, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't tell me that I can't hate people.
Yeah, right.
When all you're doing is pretending to love everybody. You can't love everybody.
No.
And you can't love everybody the same.
No.
Except for your children.
If everybody loves you, I'm sorry, you're doing life wrong.
Right.
It's true, right?
You're just doing it wrong. There's just no reason for that, and it shouldn't be that way.
No. It should not.
I remember growing up through high school, there was a girl who was just perpetually smiling. Like, you never saw her without a smile on her face. I never trusted her. It's like, I don't trust a person who's constantly smiling, and like never once ever saw her without a smile in 4 years through high school. And I'm like, something's up with that chick.
Wow.
Something's not right.
There's there's something up with her. Yeah.
Well, it's the day she's not smiling, then
Yeah,
then you got to worry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if she's smiling that much, is she drinking, or what kind of drugs is she doing? Like,
there's got to be something going on behind. Behind that smile.
Things going on there. Who knows?
But she would walk it down the hallway just randomly, not even talking to anybody, just with a big, huge, toothy grin like on her face, and it's just like, no.
Weird.
Well, maybe she was one of them women that have perpetual orgasms.
Hey. Well,
that's
you never know. Thing. That's a thing. So maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Well, that'd be fantastic. Jeez.
Right?
Sign me up.
I don't know.
I would smile way more.
Yeah.
Way more. Oh my God. I consider myself to have a resting bitch face.
Oh, without a doubt. I definitely got a resting
face.
I consider myself not to make a comment on that.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I think my face has evolved because I wasn't necessarily like, I didn't smile all the time, but I feel like I was more of a smiling type of person in my younger years. Right? Okay. I've evolved based on life experience into
a bitch.
Now I have what many will call a resting bitch face, but I also find that it's a nice mechanism for when I go out in public.
People leave you the fuck alone.
People leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People aren't trying to get up all in my shit and be like, oh, how are you today? No, because I have a resting bitch face, which means don't go near her.
There might as well be a flashing light on your head that says, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I should have like a sign above my head that says, please go fuck yourself. Yeah. I'm here to get groceries. I do not care about your day. And that whatever. Some people I do give a shit about. I am also the person who goes to the grocery store, maybe doesn't have a full-on bitch face, right? And then I pay for somebody's stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
that's happened.
Because I can tell by the look on their face that they're struggling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I'm a bad person. It's just that I use my face in such a way to help me avoid jail when I have to go out in public.
Not that you're a bad person.
This whole COVID thing, it's been like a blessing.
Oh, I loved it.
Honestly, for me, I'm the happiest I've ever been.
I'm the type of person that likes to get snowed in. So
yeah,
without a doubt.
So being snowed in is basically the equivalent of COVID. Oh, plain and simple. Like I'm good with all that.
This opened doors for me too. Like even like my own like my job and everything. Like I got promoted and I got to work from home, and I'm like, this is awesome. So
hell yeah.
I don't have to commute back and forth to work anymore, which takes me 40 minutes to an hour. Traffic and like I just saved 2 hours of my day to do things that I want to do because I just walk out my office in my house and boom, there I'm home. Yep. You know, the beauty of being.
That commute, it sounds tough.
Yeah.
It sounds tough.
Well, sometimes there's traffic by the bathroom. But
just watch out for deer. That's the biggest thing.
Deer crossing.
That's the beautiful thing is I'm drinking my coffee in my office and I look out my window and the deer are in my backyard.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
It's a nice
you
scene.
Have to work. Yeah.
It's just
don't
scene.
Clean your windows very well. Or they'll get confused and quite literally.
He likes the scenery, so it's okay.
I know, but if it jumps into his living room, he's going to scream like a little girl.
Oh, without a doubt.
True.
100%, and then I will giggle once I hear the story.
So, guys, funny story.
Right.
Guess what happened today?
A deer hit my house.
And then I'll be like, a deer jumped through your window, and you screamed like a little girl. Yes! Called it. Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. It would be. That would be.
Mm-hmm. I would very much like it. Actually.
Yeah. Very, very much so.
How long have we been going for?
We started at 1:20 and it's 2:10, so almost an hour.
All right. We'll give it another 10 minutes and,
Yeah.
Try to keep it at an hour for now.
I think an hour is...
Until we get the hard topics that we need.
The hard topics that I can go for days on.
Yeah.
There are a few. Hey, listen, if this thing takes off and it goes, like I would consider doing this as a live thing too, because there's live podcasts.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start my own radio show.
Hey, we don't need to be edited, technically.
No.
Except for that one time where you said how long we've been going, but other than that.
What do you mean? In bed or on the podcast?
High five! That was really
now we definitely don't have to edit it out.
We gotta edit shit out. We've said nothing.
I know.
You don't have to edit it. You don't have to edit how long we've been going. I just like to know. This is like raw, unedited.
Ooh, we did say we were winging it.
We are winging it.
We're gonna fucking wing it.
We're winging it. Oh my gosh.
So that's what we're doing.
Very cool.
Yeah, so all right, we've talked about we dipped into where the title came from, how we met, politics,
politics,
upraising,
Upraising.
Upraising.
Is that
Sure.
Upbringing.
Oh, yes.
From an English teacher.
I know, from an English teacher. Nailed it. God damn it. Oh, my God. Jeez. Upbringing.
Good times.
Upbringing. Got it.
There you go. You got it. Nailed it.
Man. Sometimes.
So yeah, just basically expect more of this tomfoolery and shenanigans from this particular source for sure.
Basically, yeah.
And at some point, we'll figure out how we're gonna get anybody who listens to us the ability to kind of reach out to us as well. I think like start an email and maybe a tweeter.
Yeah, a tweeter. Hey, I'm gonna put something on that tweeter. I'm gonna tweet.
I'm gonna tweet it all over your Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna Twitter all over your Facebook.
All over your my face.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing we could talk about is just all this like social media shit.
Oh my God!
Man, I could go for days on that.
People are ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4-hour episode in itself.
You're a legend. Oh yeah, okay.
Huh?
You're a legend.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hey, I can talk about my reasoning for getting rid of Facebook, and Twitter is
almost
right about there.
Yep.
It's right about there. Yeah. But we'll get into that next time.
I think the whole Facebook thing ended for me when after Trump got elected and I was at work. I looked at Facebook one day at work on my lunch break and just everybody bitching and moaning about it that I work with, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm done with this Facebook crap now, and that was like the end of it. So that's about 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, it took me a little longer, but that was I would say that's probably the start for me too.
Took it off my phone. Took it.
It was it was either that or it was fucking people putting up what they're having for dinner.
Oh yeah, that's the other.
Like that, I don't know. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care what the fuck you're making. Like if you're trying to make yourself feel better by making something fancy,
not random people. Like random people I barely ever talk to, which is mainly what Facebook is for us.
Yeah, like on Facebook, I had like 500 friends, and there were like 3.
There were 3 that you actually
talked to.
Right,
3. The rest of them were just people I went to high school with who were like, "Oh,
hey, a couple of those we did get good ideas."
Look at what I'm doing now.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's true.
Like we got what would we make the one time there that was fucking absolutely banging. What was it? The grilled
tater tot grilled cheese.
Yeah, tater tot grilled cheese.
Tater tot grilled cheese.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Up in your waffle iron, y'all.
Oh, it was amazing.
Right.
You just you take a layer of tater tots and you smash them in your freaking waffle maker, and you fucking put bacon and cheese and freaking whatever else you want on there, and then you just do another layer of freaking tater tots, and then you fucking smash the thing down and basically break it, but let it go, and
it's like fucking heaven in your mouth.
It's awesome.
True story.
Sounds
really
good.
It's really good.
It's like having perpetual orgasms, I guess.
It
could be equal to that. There is some food, I'm telling you.
There's some food that's
Yeah.
It's like Christmas in your mouth.
Fuck yeah.
No, thanks. No. See, I like Thanksgiving better.
I mean,
Thanksgiving
Christmas.
in your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is
Turkey Day all up in my mouth.
Excellent.
Love it. Yes.
And that's coming up.
I love Turkey Day. Oh man.
It'll be fun.
Boy, do I get fat and sassy. That's the day where I wear, I mean, granted, I don't really wear real pants anymore anyway, but I make sure that they're the stretchiest of pants.
Yep.
You know, and I'm wearing like a big old floppy shirt, so you know what I mean? I can just let it all hang out.
I haven't worn an actual pair of pants and like jean pants in years.
Yeah.
I wear
oh my
cargos.
God, I haven't worn jeans in probably 2 years.
I'm still stuck with wearing cargos.
Yeah, he's a cargo pantser.
Yeah.
Cargo.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
They're just comfortable. I love them.
I just wear
jeans.
No.
I wear stuff that people typically would sleep in.
Okay. All right.
All day. It's pretty much what it, because I can't say like they're yoga pants because they're not yoga pants. I have one pair of yoga pants.
You also should add that you work from home as well. So.
I also work from home.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's like I don't need to be all fancy.
I mean, that's the other side of working from home. The beautiful thing is that I've always said for years that in my house pants are optional. So
right now they really are.
Now they are.
Technically, guys, John's sitting there with no pants on right now.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's pantsless.
Yeah,
I am
so,
pantsless.
Yeah, you're welcome for that visual.
Tighties.
You're welcome.
Hey, listen, as long as when we do the video call, everything is from the waist up, we're good.
There you go. There you go.
Waist up.
Waist up. Yo.
Oh man, that sucks though. Oh. Yeah, but waist up for me sucks.
Okay.
I'm a female.
Oh,
okay.
Fair.
I got to make sure that the lady friends are in place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Covered appropriately.
Yeah. In place and appropriate.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I get it.
Damn it. All right, you guys are waist... No, yeah.
Huh?
You guys are waist up, I'm waist down. I'll just be here in my pants.
That'd be an interesting,
Just staring at her knees.
Yeah. She's here, we swear. Those are her knees. Or we could all do a podcast with cameras and do that. Just have a knee podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yep, next viral thing. 1 million views in a day.
Probably.
Did you see these people just sitting there with a camera on their knees? Like, I understand.
We don't get it.
Yo, dude, it was lit.
It was lit.
That was totally lit, man.
Legend in training. That's what I call it.
No, that's what we decided that we're calling it. Legend in training.
Legend in training.
Legend in training.
Because that's not really... It's not really an acronym.
I don't even know what the fuck lit stands for.
Lit used to mean getting drunk. I looked it up.
Oh, there you go.
I Googled
Listen, that's what it used to mean when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Lit.
If you got lit, you got shit-faced, you got drunk, you got... Yeah, bombed. Whatever.
Yeah.
But now it's oh, that's so excellent. It's like their version of excellent is lit.
Oh, boy.
This is so lit.
I find that dumb.
This is cool. You should see how I'm moving every time I say this. I'm like, I'm doing like
you're doing like a weird 70s person that's going get ready to go bowling. You look like you're having Saturday night out at the fucking bowling alley in 1970s, and you're like, I just made it.
Beautiful
that is exactly what I did.
I know.
Podcasting and radio.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yep. You can create the visual however you want.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I see.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's a good place to put it.
Yep.
It's a good place to put an end
the
to
end.
it.
Yep. We're pinning it.
We're done. That's it.
Yep.
All right.
That one up.
We're calling it.
Hopefully we get at least 2 listeners on this.
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
And then
I would take half a listener.
Half a listener?
Yeah.
No.
I'm good with that.
All right.
I mean, give the whole episode a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, really, because you never know what you're going to hear. That's the thing.
For sure.
That's
for sure.
That's for sure.
Anyway,
all right.
This was a lot of fun, and obviously a lot more to come. I hope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This was a blast, and we'll do this again.
We definitely will. So stay tuned, and we'll have another one up sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll. I don't know when.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Next time we're gonna laugh the whole time.
Thanks for listening. If you've listened this far, you deserve a trophy.
Yeah.
You deserve a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Damn straight.
We'll get into that another day too.
Oh, whole snowflake movement? Yeah, we'll get into that shit. Fuckers. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Later.
See ya.